This town being a coal mining town originally, or one of the main reasons why people were here was for coal. They've just shut a couple down recently, or relatively recently. And this is one of them. It's so spooky. This wind, you can hear the hissing of the wind. Oh. We're gonna go down there and see if we can get in. Well, we definitely won't be able to get in. We're gonna get close and have a cool little viewing. We're probably gonna get in trouble, I'd say, but anyway, take a right. So there's the main one, which is the brown coal and the brickwork, which is over in Morwell, and then there's this one, which is the brown coal power plant, which has been going since the 20s. So the old 20s one, which still works, is in the back, and then this is the more modern build. Coal mining is not something that Australia should be supporting. Coal mining should be something that we'd be supporting at all. We should be looking at things like solar, water power, power that works well with the environment, not tearing up the soil to create power. You can move those jobs and teach them how to work in solar. We have such a vast land of sun, a lot of it's untouched. Imagine what we could do with that if we just put our minds to it. We're not here to talk about coal necessarily though, we're here to talk about food, and the wonderful people of Morwell deserve a day of great feeding, and that's what I'm going to do today with the help from Food Bank. I'm excited to cook for them and talk with them and just see what they're like as people, because I guarantee you a small country town like this, the one thing you know is going to happen is community. And then being in front of that wonderful grill, cooking for the community, having conversations with them, putting smiles on their faces is the most important thing ever. Not this shit. I don't want to know about that one. Let's get to the grill. Hola, chico. Good, how are you? What are you doing? I'm back, but I'm in Morwell today for some filming with Food Bank.
Okay, so the truck we've designed is curtain-sided. It's refrigerated to look after the product while we're travelling. What we've been able to do is design these bespoke bins so that someone from the community can come to the front of the bin, take what product they want. They can choose their own produce. They have 6 opportunities to do that on the truck. It allows them a little bit more dignity when receiving food. They get choice, they get to select the size of the product they want and the amount that they think they need for their family.
So we're making cabbage pancakes basically. So we're out in Morwell, East Victoria, about 2 hours east of Melbourne. It's a bit windy. So basically what we're doing is, I'm going to chuck this on the pan just to give a bit of colour and some bit more flavour. Come over with us and I'll talk you through it. So we're here with Food Bank. They work with communities with who are struggling a little bit with food. I mean, there's just not enough people like or companies like Food Bank doing such good work. But for this instance, we're out here and I'm making fried cabbage pancakes. So for this, we're going to change it up a bit. We're making it so it's accessible for people in a place like Morwell who have a level of food insecurity, who can't necessarily afford the best produce. Something that's cheap, something that's easy to make. And so we're utilising a whole ingredient to create a dish that's going to feed a large amount of people. And you'll see that today. We'll have about 200 people we're feeding today. And I'm really excited to rock these out. So we've got a whole cabbage, salt, and then we've got a batter recipe using the simplest of ingredients. So milk, water, flour, and then salt and pepper. We're going to fry off the cabbage. We're going to add the cabbage to the pancake batter. We're going to then lay it over into pancake style things here, flip them, and then serve with melted cheese, some caramelized onions, things like that. So it's going to be really delicious. We'll make some food, it'll be delicious, don't you worry, on your way out. But we're frying off the cabbages now because cabbage, you know, really is relatively neutral when it comes to a raw ingredient, but as soon as you add heat and fry it off, the flavors just pop. You get that wonderful Maillard sort of reaction, nice toasty flavors. And so if you're going to be using minimal amounts of ingredients, the idea is to maximize those flavors. And so by cooking things and getting color, that's how we're going to create a better flavored dish. And how we're going to do this. Yo! So what we're doing now is we're basically, of the fried cabbage we've just done, we're adding it to the batter. Simple as that. See, the first one's always the bad one, so we have to make one on its own. Good to hear. You can be my first taste tester. We're about to put on our first one. Okay, good. Well, we'll put a bit extra because you're the first one, you know. There we go. Could you go wrong?
Sorry.
All right, then. I might get a job on TV.
I think so.
Yeah, you on TV, eh?
Just trying to be. I think when my folks moved out on me, I think I had no choice. Okay. You know, when you feel as though you had to cook. And so it was coming down to picking a few meals that I love to eat and then doing those. Like I started off on pasta all the time. That's all I ate was pasta. And I loved it because I just made different pasta sauces. A 90-cent piece of pasta from Aldi, 90-cent packet of pasta could feed me for, you know, 4 meals, or a family of 4 for $1. And then all I did is I got some really good, some tin tomatoes for 70 cents or 90 cents because I'm a student, right? And also I didn't have a freaking job. Even though I wasn't necessarily a great cook, I enjoyed creativity. And that creativity sort of drove me to move towards food. So whether it was just trying new recipes, and then I think I was living in Edinburgh at the time, doing a master's in food science. So from a non-study person, I ended up finding what I actually enjoyed studying, which was food. Yeah, because you finish school and you're like, God, that's shit. Like I just wasn't very good at it. And it's like, I was really good at the sporting side of things and I was really good at the arts side of things, and there's always elements you might be better at. But then once I finished that, I struggled at university, I went to TAFE, you know, and I still didn't enjoy it. But then I found food science, and food was my biggest love. I mean, people who build, people who cook, they don't go to university, and they're just some of the most amazing people in the world. It has no relevance. We've been brought up in a society where they believe that education is relevant after education. So do your schooling, really important. But then when it comes to university, you might have something that isn't going to be a doctor, you're not going to be a lawyer, you're not going to be a nurse, you're not going to be a whatever, but you're really good with your hands and you're really good being an artist. And so find something you love, something you really love and passionate about, and work towards that. Woo, exciting! It's going good, high demand. I feel like this is going better than the smokehouse. Do you want some salt? I'm used to that being here actually. Apparently everyone in Morwell's bloody cheeky as well. The abuse I'm getting. It's amazing. I'm loving this. This is absolutely fantastic. These people are just genuinely gorgeous human beings coming in and loving the barbecue.
For all the time we've been doing it, this is what I had hoped for. This
beautiful.
This, you know, and not, yes, it's great to have you, but just the draw and to have people sit out here and stay.
It's a social environment, isn't it?
Mate, seriously, for the community as we are at the minute, to have that is, you can't buy that.
I love it.
You can't buy that. You know.
Such good news. No cabbages. We got rid of them. We got rid of all the cabbages. Look, there's the bag. There's the truck going in there now. They thought there was one leaf. There was one cabbage leaf. They thought they weren't going to get rid of them all at all. They thought they were going to have them here till the end. And they've literally sold out and no one here can believe it. I am stoked about today. People are so kind. People are so kind to Morwell. The Food Bank people are doing amazing, amazing work. And look at this truck that brings food to people out here, for people who are having struggled times. And you saw the people out here. They just needed some love, they needed some care. And we came and Foodbank comes and gives that to them, and it's just the best. Like, it's so exciting to leave here knowing that you've done something right, and you know, it's open to anyone to want to do it. If there's some compassion in you to want to come out and try this sort of stuff, to give a little, to help a little, then Foodbank are your people. It's just so brilliant. I love this. I'm so happy.
Programs like this, Farms to Families, where we can kind of get food directly to the community, are so exciting. And when we can kind of, you know, bring someone like you into that to, you know, to teach people how to use the whole amount of this food, so there's no,
Wasn't it good?
I mean, people are going, I've never seen so many people line up for cabbage in all my life.
No, nor have I actually.
Yeah, we looked out there, we had 200 cabbages, they were gone before the market was finished. So yeah, it was pretty exciting.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much. It's good to see that there's a positive change happening in that sort of, and it's also people who would not normally, I mean, look, I don't think people in cities really buy cabbages either necessarily, because it's such an unusual, it's a commonly unusual ingredient, right? We know it for coleslaw, we know it, if people are into fermentation, we know it for sauerkraut, and then we know it for like boiled cabbage with bacon. You know, that's kind of, and outside of that, no one really would take it home for any other reason, I don't think.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, when you talk about rescuing food, that's another part of it, because if we're going to rescue that food and repurpose it, people need to know what to do with it. So, you know, providing recipe cards, you teaching people how to unique ways of using that produce is fantastic. Gives people the skills to be able to use the whole food.